I'm here with Donna Fargo. It has been some year for you. Last 2 years have been pretty rough.
Right.
Do you mind if we explain why?
No.
You were afraid it would be a downer. There is nothing about you or anything about Donna Fargo that could ever be a downer. I have known you for about 8 years, 9 years, and you are nothing, if not an upper. But what has happened to you, it isn't fair, and it's something that you might help a lot of people by talking about. The article in the L.A. Times the other day was the reason I brought it up today.
Well, I was in the hospital, you know, in June '78, and it was rough for a while, Dinah. I was going through a lot of physical problems, and mentally I was going through all kinds of things.
You said I was a physical wreck,
yeah.
Which is what would happen when you don't know what's wrong with you.
And you don't know what's going to happen next because your body goes through so many changes. But they finally came and put a lid on it, sort of, and named it, called it MS, and now I'm just 400% better. I'm attacking it spiritually and mentally and nutritionally, and
they know so little about it, which is the most frightening thing.
That's right.
You know, and they have not been able, we were talking, and they've raised some money to be able to fight MS, and with they're bound to have a breakthrough very soon. But so far, they know very little about it, and it is a numbing and painful disease. And you didn't quite know, at first you thought you had neuritis.
Well, yeah, that was the first suspicion, but then it kept growing.
Yeah.
It just kept getting worse, and your body just keeps going through worse changes, and then they finally determined what it was. And so I kind of just struggled around for a while, and mentally and physically too. And after about 5 months, I had been, you know, reading real faith-developing books and materials and listening to lots of good tapes and things, and trying to change my diet, which is the hardest thing in the world.
I know. Well, if I remember correctly, you were a junkie.
Junk food junkie.
Junk food
right.
junkie.
So I'm really trying to do that, and I think that that's a positive step.
Yeah.
And I don't look upon illness as a blessing. I can't resign myself to it.
Saying I will grow from this experience.
And I mean, I've definitely learned some things that I wouldn't have learned, but I just soon have learned them another way.
Yeah.
But I mean, I'm not bitter about it or anything. I'm just going to beat it.
Yeah.
Period, you know? I feel like
you will.
Muhammad Ali.
Yeah.
You know, you're not going to get me.
But you decided you were going to perform again. I think you'd had to cancel 80 dates, which is a large number of engagements, and you had to cancel those. And then you decided, hey, I feel okay. I feel much better. It is a remission. Perhaps I'm free of it. So you went out to perform. That first date
was...
It must have been... So where was it?
It was in Oklahoma, and it was for the press. They're the hardest audience because they've seen so many shows, but I thought, well, this is a good way to break in again.
Might as well start at the rock.
That's right. And I didn't feel as good then as I do now, you know, and so I was really nervous about the date and all that. But after I saw that I could do it and that I didn't fall down and, you know, that I could get through it and all that, people lift you up.
Yeah.
It is, if you're ever sick and you can work, you should work.
Yeah.
Because I really questioned that because I was
so
going
too.
through so much. But and I thought, well, should I change the direction of my career and just try to write? And I decided, no, not going to do that. And I went back to do it very slowly. And each time I gained a little more strength and a
little more confidence, which would give you strength,
right.
which would give you confidence. But the interesting thing, I think you're absolutely right, had you settled into a sedentary thing, which was right.
Oh, it had gotten worse.
I think you might have...
Gone downhill.
Yeah, but you're really going uphill. Now, you always were the kind of person, you hated to be sick.
Yeah.
You said, I have the quotation, it made me mad. I never abused my body. I never took drugs. I never drank. I was always so healthy, and that's why it's so hard.
Yeah. I wasn't mad at God or anything, because I really don't think that it's a blessing. I don't think, I mean, in the New Testament, it doesn't say that Jesus went around making people sick. He went around making them well.
Yeah.
So I think that God wants us to look at it as that. I don't think that he wants, I mean, he says, above all, I wish that you may prosper and be in health. You know, so I think that it's an okay attitude to take, that sickness is an enemy and that we have to fight it. If I'm not going to give in to it.
No.
And I don't want anybody out there to. I mean, I know that maybe some people can take it or want to just deal with it, that way, but I can't do that. I'm a fighter.
I know you are. You're going to beat it.
So if there's any way possible,
Yeah.